And hello, we're back to what I think is going to be our last interview of the day. Your host is getting funny, means tired. I mean, I try to be funny always. uh, Ioannis is a little bit tired as well. It's been a long couple of days, but they are not over yet. And we are still having a lot of fun here at the Testing United Conference 2024 in Vienna, Austria, where now I have the honor. I've wanted to do this interview for a while now. We have seen each other at a few places now and haven't had a chance. I have here my amigo Ioannis Papadakis. Welcome, Ioannis.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm great. A little bit tired, but it's really funny I'm getting the energy from Leandro right now. So
Yeah, so he got my energy. That's why I'm feeling tired already. um, no, it's great because both of us did our presentation, well, tutorial and talk yesterday. He had the unofficial closing keynote of yesterday, and I think he rocked it. It was really interesting at the beginning because at the end I had to leave, and he was very disappointed of me leaving. But we'll talk about that in a moment. Speaking of you, amigo Yanis, would you mind sharing with the audience a little bit who you are, what do you do, what's the deal with Yanis?
first of all, I think I'm more anxious, talking to an audience of 200 attendees in a conference was like a piece of cake. Now I'm feeling like, oh my god, why?
Because there's more than 200 people watching right now. I
Right.
hope. Nah.
um, yeah, I'm Ioannis. I really, love everything that touches product and engineering. It's really funny because I applied for a couple of ambassador programs in the past. I got accepted in K6. I really love performance, of course, and that's why we are here, I think, in this talk. Um, so I started advocating, speaking to conferences. So it's really great. The networking, finding people that have the same passion. It's really great for me. Before that, I was in the quality domain all over, like it's been 15 years now. So, but really had this passion to advocate and talk and, contribute to the community. It's really great for me.
I am curious. So you were for a while
Mhm.
at the QA stage. You were a QA engineer.
Yes.
15 years.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
now I started writing back on 2010. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, oh boy, I think me as well.
Well,
Well,
you as well? We
I
had
know.
anything in performance right
I
there?
started in performance in 2008.
Oh my,
Yeah, it's
it's been a while.
been a while. Yeah, we're old a little bit, a bit more. Um, but no, this is really cool, amigo. That you started. You had a long career in QA, and then you went over to all these ambassador
Mm,
situations to be on these conferences.
mm.
What made you kind of start to look into this type of opportunities and options?
I think the first thing is that okay, we use these technologies internally. So the first thing we try to do is to communicate with professionals like Leandro and the others that are all actually, I wouldn't say myths, but talking to you about a problem that you are facing in your day to day and getting support from the people that they are very professional at that level, gave me the idea, okay, how should we do it more frequently, and at the same time advocating as well, connecting with these people. So and that drove the whole idea to apply for this ambassador program. Of course, being there, I'm also saying to people if they find this opportunity, they are talking. It's not about talks and networking. It's about contributing to community. So that's the main thing. So as I said, it's a love, it's a passion. We need to contribute because there are people that they can help us in our day to day. So yeah.
It's Well, when you say it's not only about the networking and the passion and giving back, it's good giving back. You feel at times like you make a difference, you change lives,
Mm,
which I think we do.
yeah.
We have helped a lot of people, but as well, there's a benefit of the networking. Everybody that you will meet, because without it, you wouldn't have met like these professionals that I'm sure that you learned a lot from them and that you got a lot of benefits. And there are so many components that are really cool to kind of want to be presenting, giving back to the world and to life and be hustling out there. And but this is really interesting that you decided like to get with your team and to get more of the benefit. What needs were you kind of facing that pushed you into uh, contacting? I mean, I remember how you contacted me and where the what was the deal on those days. But aside from me, when you
Right.
were looking for this,
Yeah, I think I wouldn't lie. Some parts of us is like, I want to have also some, sort of recognition. And these programs are for recognizing people that are contributing. So it was also my ambition to say, I may need some recognition out of this. But aside the recognition part, I think starting facing problems, I would say about performance because we started from this program as well. We were having, we were using technology stack, 5, 6 years ago. It was a little troublesome to scale this technology stack. We found the problem, we found the solution, which was back then, K6. And you start working, experimenting. You need professionals at the time you are doing the whole thing to migrate. And it was super easy because if you have contributed, like writing some blogs about your problems, discussing about your problems with the professionals, not only Leandro, of course, and the others, but first Leandro.
that's everything me. No, no.
and 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 um and actually, I remember I applied, and I knew already Marie
Mhm.
Cruz. She was in the program committee that successfully, she told me that I'm in. So I was like, what? I'm in? Okay. uh Me, are you sure? No. But the thing is that, you start creating your own content out of these solutions, and then, you start building network, very fast and very quickly. So that was what we were driven in the beginning. So we wanted to contribute out of the need, having people understand what was our problem, why we decided to go with this performance process. Should we inform others because we knew something, we learned something of it. So we wanted to express this and share this learning, and then, the rest is the history.
Mm. And you mentioned that you started to create content, that you started to generate stuff to give back. What was this initial content that you were creating and these first steps that you were doing?
Yeah, the first is that we start organizing a meetup in Greece. So I'm from Greece. Already everybody knows up until now.
Yeah, you were supposed to specify where are you from and stuff,
Oh
but
my
I
God.
forgot to
What
ask.
was that?
Athens, Greece, right?
Athens, Greece. Just Athena. Right. Hopefully we have some Greek guys. So we started formulating a meetup. There was already the Ministry of Testing that we were really working with these guys, exceptional meetup as well. But we wanted to focus on a more technical, things, how we can make workshops to the local community, how we can collaborate with, companies because they wanted to invest in quality, in performance, in every aspect actually of the quality processes. So from that, we started bringing content about performance. We even did a workshop together with Leandro at some point. We have it uploaded in YouTube. We can share it maybe.
We'll share
Uh,
the links in a moment.
yeah, links and everything. So writing blogs, but the meetup was a good thing because we wanted regularly to, say to people that we are here. We have a lot of topics. We can contribute. Of course, not only in the local community. I mean, everywhere. So it was great.
Those were the first steps, which
Yeah.
I gotta say, it's not easy, especially putting together meetups. I
Mm.
recognize it and I admire you that you were collaborating and successfully putting together this endeavor, because it's not easy to get a venue, to
No.
the convocation, invoking people to come and show up, and having the pizzas and the beer ready and the
Ah,
usual.
the
That,
funny part. Yeah.
well, it's funny when you're on the receiving side that
Mm.
you join a meetup and yeah, they have pizza, but organizing, oh my god, I had to order like 20 pizzas and I had to have. It's not awful. I'm not saying it's suffering. I don't want to do that ever again, but it's quite an interesting
It's
challenge.
difficult, and okay, we are a small meetup. The guys from Ministry of Testing is like it's a huge community. So if you go, I mean, they grow too fast, but I see them at some point. We have the organizers. It's Petros Plagogiannis. He may be hearing us. Hello, Petro. So yeah, I learn from these guys. And it's really difficult. So if you don't even have support, like having people supporting, because it's a non-profit, it's a community-based meetup, and it involves a lot of time from you. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely, it's a big challenge, and putting together not only the meetup, the people, the food, the beer, but also the talk. I remember that you were also presenting your own content, your own material.
Yes.
Uh, can you, before we jump into other talks that happened yesterday,
Mhm.
even before, what was this initial one? What was this material that you were presenting?
I think
I
that the
remember a
first
bit.
one was the workshop we did for integrating K6 and TypeScript together, building a more robust framework to write performance tests with K6, but on top of TypeScript, our team were using gradually TypeScript. We had the React web apps in TypeScript. Our front-end engineers are using it. So we went to the path of, it was challenging because you need to update always the types. There is external libraries from
TypeScript.
K6. Yeah, it's TypeScript. Um, but it was really great because it resembles a more object-oriented approach. You have your own logic and your abstractions and your framework. With this workshop, I remember it was online. We started with not, on-site meetups in the beginning. So we were streaming online workshops. I think it was successful, even offline, online. Sorry. Um,
We were still a little bit on pandemic days, right?
yeah, it was pandemic days. It was at the start. So, but it was great. I think having remote such initiatives is difficult
Mm.
because especially if you want people to contribute at the time you are doing the workshop, follow up, writing code, doing examples. If you are not there in a classroom, checking people how they are doing. But if your whole material is very well structured, I think it's a success. um, we need to repeat it, I think. Now that I'm
Now
doing
that
it.
we have more audience and it's easier, because yeah, the challenges at the beginning,
Mm,
pulling more people,
yeah,
having them together, and the topic is not that they lose relevance, and it's still, TypeScript is still out there, and we're
yeah,
still doing React stuff, and I believe that you are still doing React stuff, and if I remember well,
yeah.
that was a little bit your uh, presentation yesterday around it. Do
Yes.
you mind sharing a little bit? What was it about? What did you do? And I remember that you did some special things live.
Yeah, hopefully it works. Oh my God. When you're doing a live demo, it's always anxiety.
What
Is
was
it
the
going to
title of your
work?
talk?
So my title was Exploring Test Automation, a comparative analysis between Gen AI and traditional machine learning, specifically in test automation. So what we went through the talk, the theoretical part, which I know sometimes it's a little bit boring,
Mhm.
especially if it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
The last keynote, yeah, some people
So
are
I
already.
tried to, to hurry up a little bit on theoretical. So giving like where we were, in before 2000. So waterfall methodologies, how we moved to more agile approaches, and why we need more autonomous testing right now with all the Gen AI coming into place. But I wanted to specify how we can compare these engines, how they are doing when we need to generate, test suites against the React web apps. Of course, it wasn't about end-to-end test suites. It was more about React native component testing, which was easy to understand. What the benefits of ChatGPT with the current version of the engines that they are using, what the Copilot is actually generating, and specify that without human guidance, these tools are not like a golden rule or the golden Bible. So you need testers to drive, these tools in this new era of, Gen AI and artificial intelligence. And then in the end, we did the demo about traditional machine learning, a case study which is really frequently seen with QA engineers, about broken UIs and how you can have a self-healing mechanism to make your tests more stable, more robust, how we can create our own models with machine learning libraries. We use Python and Selenium, which is the UI framework. And we built very quickly our own model to make a self-healing mechanism. It was really great. It played very well. Yes, it was nice. And I really enjoyed the people. I mean, they were full of questions, and it was really great. One of my best, I think.
I'm very surprised that you didn't get any blue screens or anything like Bill Gates did, because when he was telling me like, yeah, I'm gonna do a live demo and is the internet good here, and I'm like, are you sure? That usually gets very too much excitement, in my
Yeah.
opinion. But it went well then.
Yeah, it went well. It ran well. We wanted like for a couple of seconds the internet, but everything was great. Yeah, it was great, and I was really, always in my talks, I want to make an interactive connection with the people, like asking questions. Unfortunately, I didn't give them the microphone runtime, to ask questions. So, make some funny jokes with them, break the ice
So
with
you
the
were making
audience.
jokes and like,
I
hello,
don't
how
know
you're
if I was
doing?
funny. I need to take a feedback from the committee of the program committee of the conference. Don't choose this guy again. He's there.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of knock knock jokes and things like that. No, I'm kidding. That last part I couldn't see, but you were mentioning that you got a lot of questions from the audience and a lot of they were very interested. Can you recall anything interesting or outstanding that someone may have like
Yeah,
questioned?
one question was, well, of course, there were regarding the technology stack, how I can use something in my environment that I'm not using Python. We discussed with the people, it's just a case study. You can build your own flow with the technology stack. It's not like stick to Python or whatever programming language the teams are using. So they wanted to use this in their day to day, which is amazing. A lot of people asking me how can I get access to the code and everything, which is really great. So seeing people that they are suffering and they see AI and machine learning a way that they can contribute to fix their problems. It was really great. Another one was like from a Greek person, and Anastasia, but I don't remember her last name. which I was telling that we're trying to do the shift lefting approach of the testing within our teams, engineers contributing in our testing processes, which for us, okay, it's not so successful. So it's a cultural shift and stuff like that. But she was telling me, yeah, in my company, it's very successful. We are doing that. I said, okay, I need you after the conference to get some more info about it. So, um,
It's very fun that something that you would have expected that the audience wanted you to answer, and you give information. You were like, I need you to get that information,
yeah,
right? That the roles reversed, and that's something super funny that happens often in conferences.
yeah, yeah. You need to send a question to the audience. It's very interactive, really, because they are answering back, and you are doing this whole. It's really great. I hope I will need to take some feedback from the conference. Really, I'm expecting that.
I look forward to the Testing United organizers to send us the feedback and see. Like,
Yeah,
I'm very curious about mine
you will be
because
what? What are you talking
the
about?
tutorial, because jet lagged, 3 hours of sleep, and presenting a tutorial like, yeah, the performance
Oh.
dashboard is like the thing, and what? I think it went well, and talking about yours, I think like they
No,
will
let's
have
talk
enjoyed
about
the.
yours.
No, no,
Now
no,
we
no.
are
You're the
taking
one
the
being
question.
interviewed. Like, you need your YouTube channel and podcast to interview me. But no, speaking of, let's do that later, and that'll be cool. But it's interesting the interactions that you can get at these events. That again, if you are coming and you see Ioannis presenting, you may have something that it will be useful for him. That is not only like one way in these situations, in these events, which I think it gives a lot of richness. As you said, a person from Greece, you will meet nationals from where you come from. I have met people from Mexico. So um, yeah, we were having dinner with him. I mean, he doesn't live in Mexico, but he's from Mexico. So you will find people from where you're from,
Yeah.
or with interests similar into what you are doing, and you can help. Or if you need help, you will get some information. It's awesome to be in these events.
Come, come.
Yes, very much. Meetups, conferences, and webinars, even online. Don't discriminate, please. But Yanis, and based on this experience and what you were teaching, what recommendations would you give to the audience that you wish that someone would have given you before you were doing all these AI endeavors and all these things?
Yeah, my advice is, don't give up. There is not a rooftop for, finding things. Always there are new stuff that are coming up. Today it's AI, but don't stay to one thing. Try to see the whole picture around quality. So you need to be passionate about it. So if you are passionate, you want everything will come. Physically. I mean, the contributions, the following up on meetups. Even you making a meetup or a talk, or I hope that I'm always saying to my team, this quarter we need to write a blog. This quarter we need to go to speak to a conference, to a local conference or a meetup. But it's not about saying someone. I mean, someone may have this passion, may not. But the thing is that you don't need to lose your hopes when it comes to quality world, let's say, because it's a whole world, it's a whole planet, um, and try to drive your passion.
Yeah, that's super important. That when you were mentioning like sending your team or asking them, I mean, you brought someone from your team. You are
Yeah.
not alone here, and
Where
I.
is it? Come on, come. No, kidding.
Yeah, we saw him passing a little bit, and like, oh, the boss is there in an interview. I should hide
Oh
it.
my
No,
god.
no, kidding. um, but it's interesting because I have seen him and also got a lot of experience, talked to a lot of people, and even last night at dinner, I we went for a very good schnitzel because, well, we are in Vienna. You gotta have Wiener Schnitzel from a calf, like the real deal, and it was awesome. But at the same time, there was another of the presenters, Karime, my victim, the first victim of the day. You saw her in an interview, and she's also a performance engineer. This performance engineer, and the other friend from Mexico. He's also doing performance. He's a performance engineer. He says he's not, but he is. Uh, and Yannis' coworker was learning so much and asking, and the framework, should I polish it? Should I not? And it's something that I think a lot of value comes from those experiences, right? And having the whole team being able to collaborate, experience, and I don't know. Leaders, send your team members to conferences. That's
Yorgo, Vit, Michael, Lida, Christos. Hey, this is my team members.
hope that they
So,
are tuning in. Or if you're seeing this in the future, here are the team members sharing a little bit of the experience. What are the learnings here, and what is the experience? So now a little bit to be ramping down, pun intended, or closing up.
Mhm.
Uh, Yanis, any other recommendations around IT or for people that want to grow or do better in their testing endeavors?
um, in, nothing more particular to what we have said. I think the most important part is start about building yourself, because it's all about yourself, and then about being within communities and within networking communities and stuff like that. But
I think
um,
also being part of a community, you get better yourself, right?
you get better yourself. One of the things that particularly a lot of teams and a lot of leads are trying to do is develop soft skills, which is not has anything to do with QA, knowledge or performance or technical stuff. Because you need to find a way within your teams to develop a communication channel, even your team or outside of your teams, like go to a community and how you can actually contribute or be a member, an active member of this community. So it's really important. So I would say follow that, follow the communities. These people, as we said earlier, they are building with so hard the content for the people, and it's free and everybody can access it, right?
And speaking of free and access, you are a champion officially. Would you recommend other people to chase this type of titles or memberships or becoming champions, ambassadors, or heroes, whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, I would say yes. I would say it's really important to chase that. First, it's a contribution. You contribute it to contribute it to the best of your abilities to to improve community. And then you have the recognition, right? You are a champion of cases. Oh my awards and no, I'm kidding.
You
But
even get like yeah, golden coins and
yeah, this guy is
medals
sending
and
a lot of
stuff.
swags, so you'll get a lot of stickers.
And yeah, you're
So,
about to get more stickers, but we'll talk about later.
so I would say yes, definitely. Choose wise. I mean, you need to be choosing based on how big is the community you are choosing to contribute and be a champion to. By the way, we did the rebranding to the meetup, and we talked about SDET Olympians
I
from
like the
the
title.
Olympian gods, Titans of QA. Oh my God. We haven't
Cool.
officially rebranded or saying the name, but yeah. You can
And
be an Olympian. Just, come with us.
Olympic gods.
Olympic god, yeah. Yeah.
It's funny that coming from Greece, you will have a lot of experience of or possibilities. Um, yeah, go. Mexican candy, yeah, yeah. We put together some candies from Mexico. They're a bit spicy, but you will love them. But speaking of Greece, they have so many terms that the naming possibilities are awesome. The Olympians, the
The
Titans.
Titans, yeah,
That's
it's great.
when
Yeah.
you were saying like Oh my God, I never thought of the possibilities that you guys have at Greece. It's
It's
gonna be awesome.
humorous. Yeah, yeah.
But amigo Yanis, just to wrap up a little bit, the people that may want to join the Olympian gods or follow up into what you are doing or what you're gonna be creating, where can people follow up with you?
They can follow us first on LinkedIn. Of course, we have a YouTube channel. We don't have it here. You can subscribe. We have all the members there.
What's the
I
name of
think
your YouTube channel?
it's Athens SDET Meetup.
Hmm.
I can send you the link and then we
We'll
can
try to
share the
put the
link.
links in the
Oh, I will send
description.
it.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I will send the description. Yeah, we're trying to build new content right now. New workshops are coming in the way. We need to relax a little bit with the conferences to find some time
No,
about this.
no, more
No,
conferences.
more. So I think you can find us on YouTube, LinkedIn. We have a page. We have a site for you can access past events and future events, and things are coming. Very excited. I'm really excited.
Stay tuned, connect, and for now, LinkedIn, you can see down here Ioannis' name so that you can look for him. And yeah, he's checking that it's correctly written. It's just right here if I am pointing right at the screen. It should have been on that side, but we forgot the
Yeah.
side of
Oh
the
my God. Why it's so difficult?
because it's not mirrored and it's just like, do I have a finger here? Yeah, it gets weird. So as you can see, we can goof around and it gets a lot of fun. But well, there you have it. Subscribe, like, activate the bell or the YouTube things once we share the YouTube channel address. And stay tuned because, well, for now, I think, Yanis, we're going to be calling it a day.
Yeah.
It's close to start one of the few talks that are going to be the ending and closing talks. Closing keynote. We had Florian earlier today. I want to see what is going to be the keynote about. And well,
Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
uh, not early. We've been rolling all day, all morning. And yeah, your host is tired and I'm already blinking weird. So I think that for now, that's going to be it for the Testing United conference. All the adventures and interviews with the presenters that I could get a hold on. There were many more that I wanted to give a chance, but some of them had to fly early. So many of them just left. We saw a few of them already partying. But stay tuned for the next adventure because this conference season is not over. I mean, Yanis is saying like, enough for me. It's like no more. But stay tuned because in a couple of weeks, we are going to be in Agile Testing Days reporting from Potsdam, Germany. Stay tuned, be prepared because there are many more awesome presenters, just like the ones that you met here. We're going to bring more adventures, more interviews, probably some walking streams and some other things that we may think of, and lots of activities. So this is over for today, but it's not over ever. Stay tuned. We'll see each other around soon. This was the set of interviews for Testing United 2024, reporting from Vienna, Austria. And this was our amigo, Ioannis Papadakis.
Yasas.
Adios. Take care, everyone. Yasas. That's in Greek?
Yasas.
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 Adios.